All right, boys, you guys know I love firing on PrizePicks app, my favorite app. They have a brand new promo. I love it. You guys got to take advantage of it. If you download the app and use code NELK, put in at least $5, that's it, and you're gonna get $50 on your first lineup. Go in, download it, put in code NELK. If you put in $5, you're gonna get $50. Literally no strings attached. I wanted to let you guys know about that. College football's coming back soon. Football's coming back, but until then, don't be that that stops firing on summer sports, all right? We still got baseball, got Olympics to fire on. Don't be that that stops firing on summer sports. You guys know I love the PrizePicks app. I just love how instead of choosing teams, you're choosing individual players, and each player has a set projection, and you either go more or less than that set projection. If you haven't tried it, download the PrizePicks app. It makes watching sports so much more fun. And this new promo, take advantage of the free $50. There's no strings attached. You might as well do it. Use code NELK. Thank me later, boys. Where are you going on heater this season, though? Football's gonna be big. Get ready. Warm up with some summer sports, and when football's back, we're snapping, boys. Download the PrizePicks app. Use code NELK. Boys, I know you guys are thinking like me right now. America is just super weird right now. Inflation's through the roof. Gas prices are high. A lot of people can't even afford groceries. There's wars going on all over the world. Men are playing in women's sports. Like, it's just weird right now. So that's why this election is very important. I know you guys know that. I live in America. I feel super blessed to live in America. I own businesses here. Happy dad. I have full send. I feel so grateful to be able to run and own a business in America, and we gotta protect it. So that's why this election is so important. And seriously, all you guys need to vote, and we gotta make sure this time that your vote is gonna count. We are teaming up with sendthevote.com to make sure that your vote is gonna count this year. Go to sendthevote.com, sign up. If you guys don't know how to vote, or you've never voted before, or you're lazy, you've never voted, go to sendthevote.com, sign up. It's gonna give you all the info to vote, but also make sure that your vote's gonna count. Send the Vote is not a right-wing or a left-wing organization. It's completely neutral, so all it's about is just making sure that your vote is gonna count. So boys, we can't just be complaining or tweeting about this shit anymore. We have to actually get out and vote. So in your group of friends or group of boys, tell everybody about Send the Vote. Let's get everyone registered to vote. This is our last chance, guys. Last chance to make a difference. That's how I feel. I know you guys feel the same way. Sendthevote.com. Go there right now and make sure your vote is gonna count.
By the way, if Danny gets rid of this thing or it dies, I'm calling Peter.
Yeah,
He took it out.
Nicole, I got Dana a little gift.
That's weird. Those look like Chinese birds.
Please don't tell him any of this. I got him. This is the rarest bird you'll ever find. Can't tell you where I got it, but the thing is, Dana needs to know two things: that A, it shits a lot, and B, it lives for 30 years. And it's a little baby, so it sometimes makes a little bit of noise. So let him know that this is a gift from me to him because I love him so much.
How do you let that happen?
And by the way, too, PETA too is very sensitive about birds.
That's not his bird.
it is.
It's about to be.
This thing is gonna end up in wherever you live.
I love you so much, Nicole. It's so good to see you again. What's up, Campbell's? Your golf partner. 1-0 on here in the Full Sing Golf Channel, me and Gambles. Feels good to be here. Man, I remember this room like it was yesterday. Episode. Can't complete 6 episodes. Wow. Seems like we did that.
What's up? What's up,
I
guys?
gotta pee real quick. Oh, I didn't know you'd be 30 minutes before.
Now you gotta pee. I'm an hour late and you gotta piss now.
I got you something, and I'm pretty sure your team probably briefed you.
No, nobody
I
briefed
pee
me.
and I'll back. You guys settle in. We have a lot to talk about.
You take your time.
Happy birthday, baby.
What's up, man? Look at you! Look at
Look at Trump. Hey, you know you're in shape when you start tucking your shirt in. I did too. There was no tucking, 2 years ago.
Had to add to your Mike Tyson collection.
That's awesome.
It's the highest graded one on the internet right now. Pretty much.
Thank you,
Near
man.
miss.
I really appreciate it.
it.
Thank you.
Of course.
Very cool, very thoughtful. I appreciate it.
Uh-oh. The man. We can start now.
Long time. It's been a while.
Well, yeah, Dana, we love getting you on. This is Dana's pretty much the uncle of Nelk, so I feel like we always just get Dana on once in a while. It's pretty much just like a boys sit down.
Yeah.
We get to catch up.
Yep. Good to see you.
Good to see
It's
you.
been a minute. I mean, I haven't seen you.
We saw each other.
Power slap, the last power slap, but just for a second.
Yeah.
I said, "What's up?" But we didn't really get to hang.
Yeah, we didn't get to hang.
Yeah. Been busy.
Oh, we saw you quick at RNC, actually.
Yes, that's right.
Great job, by the way, in the
for
speech.
Great job
Good
to
job.
Dana.
I'll give you
Thank
credit
you.
on that. Good
Thank
job. That was a really good job.
Thank you.
That one.
Tell us about that. How did you get the call? And how long before?
Well, I was up at my place in Maine for 4th of July, and they called me and asked me, and I had this trip planned for, to Italy for, a long time, and I'm like, guys, I'm literally in the middle of this trip in Italy. I'm on a boat in the middle of the, and, so they're like, he wants you. You got to do this.
You've done it before, right? You did the speech before for him.
Not at this level. So the position that I was in, I'm pretty much, I guess, in the history of doing this. It's always a family member or the wife.
The one that comes direct before him?
Yeah.
So you were the one that did the most important role, I'd say, is probably the guy who introduces the president.
Dana introduced him, yeah.
It's always a family. So I think the last 3 years it's been Ivanka has done it. And in the history of doing it, it's always, so it's like a first for somebody that isn't family to do it. And I'm also the only guy that's ever walked down the stairs of Air Force One with a sitting president that wasn't wife or little kids.
Are you nervous about Kamala Harris?
I'm not nervous. It's just one of those things. It's like, as voters, and I'm one of these guys. Everybody thinks like I'm some crazy conservative or something. I'm right down the middle, man. I'm for common sense. Yeah. And when you really break it down and you look at Republican, Democrat, gay, straight, Catholic, whatever your religion is, all that shit, we all want the same things. We all want to make a living. We all want to take care of our families. We all want to buy a house. We all want cars. We all want to be safe in our house. We want to be safe in the streets that we live in. And you have to look as a voter, all this other bullshit, all the shit talk and everything that goes on, and you have to pick who you think is the right person. I don't know Kamala Harris. I've never met her. I'm sure she's a nice person. She is not fit to run the country. She's just not. It's just a fact. You don't have to, you have to take all the hate out. And it's like when you see the stuff after Trump was almost assassinated, right? The people that were talking shit like, hopefully next time, it's disgusting. Whether it's, Reagan, Clinton, Bush, Obama, Biden, Trump, if somebody takes a shot at a sitting or former president of the United States, you as an American, we're all Americans, should be pissed and disgusted that somebody tried to assassinate a former or sitting president of the United States. 100%. As Americans and as human beings. It's disgusting.
He almost got his head blown off on that. Imagine you get his head blown off on national TV.
Think about that. Anywhere on national TV. I was literally on the plane when, I found out. My wife woke me up and said they just shot Trump, and I'm on a plane. I was freaking out, and I was texting, his family and trying to find out what happened, and they responded to me and let me know that he was okay. He was in the hospital, and then as soon as I landed in Italy, I called him, and I don't care whether you like Trump or you don't like Trump or whatever your deal is. He's a human being with a family, and he's an American. He loves this country, and what he did, everybody likes to act like all men think they're tough guys at some level of whatever. How that guy responded to that, we all hope we could act. We're a quarter of the man he was when he got shot at.
I still don't think he should have worn the bandage though. I think he should have not worn the bandage out in the speech after. At the Army.
Well, they said his ear was like scabbing. That was
so
gross.
what? You should have been like, I'm a badass. I don't need no like bandage.
I think the bandage.
I think the badass point.
Badass do you have to be?
Yeah, he already made that statement, Bob.
Get over here, easy. I'm saying that.
Menery wouldn't leave his house
as Trump's campaign manager, I would have told him to take the bandage.
Menery, you'd be wearing a helmet in public if that happened to you. You'd be wearing a football.
I
was waiting for it.
Don't even.
To pivot off President Trump. That's great stuff.
The only guy that calls Trump.
I'm not calling Trump. Saying this, I'm saying I wouldn't wear the bandage.
Why? He's human. It was a scar on his ear.
Yeah, I know.
In
but
all honesty,
go ahead, Mr.
I've known dudes that people tried to kill when I was younger. They were never the same after that. You know, the conversation that I had with him after it happened, I was just like, you are another level, man. And this guy, think about this. The guy's 80 years old. Secret Service jumped on top of him, then pulled him up. Most 80-year-old people can't even get to the ground like he did.
I didn't know there was 3 bullets.
People question his mental or his physical. This guy is a tank. He's a beast.
I don't know what's in his blood.
He never stops working. He never stops pushing forward. He's always grinding. He's always awake every time I text him. It's just, he's one of the best guys that I've ever met. I would never back a guy or talk highly about a guy who was a piece of shit. The way that they try to portray him in the media, he's a great human being. He loves this country, and he should be the next president of the United States. All politics aside, who do you want dealing with Russia and Ukraine? Exactly. Who do you want dealing with Israel and Gaza? Who do you want dealing with Iran? Who do you want dealing with the world's problems right now? Not Kamala Harris.
It's kind of time to stop.
And it's nothing personal against Kamala Harris. I don't even know her.
Wait, but Dana, what was his response when you asked him about the assassination attempt? Like, what did he say to you?
Typical Trump. Absolutely resilient and, you know, walking me through what happened and funny at the same time. And, you know, then the next day he jumps on a plane and flies to the RNC and then goes right back out in public on stage again. You know, it's unbelievable. I've never met anybody like this guy. He's an amazing human being.
I do say, though, at the end of the day, he just got great. Like, I'm not trying to play devil's advocate at all. I'm a big Trump guy, too, as well. But I think that the only thing is, like, everybody's making a big deal of, like, he jumped back and, like, got back on stage. He did just get grazed in the ear by a bullet. I get the whole thing, but why wouldn't he get back on the stage?
Well, because there could have been more bullets. You don't know.
No, there
what's
was
going
3
on.
that flew by. You didn't know that, so it was one that
Are you gonna do a
grazed.
conspiracy right now,
Let me tell
Bob?
you a story. The shooting that happened here.
I'm not
October.
being. Listen, I'm just saying, like, it's like,
If
why
you got
wouldn't he get
shot
back
at,
on
wouldn't you run
stage?
away?
if I got shot at, I'd be like, our Secret Service is doing a good job to make sure that never happens again. I want to go back out immediately. I have a
wait,
job
are
to
you
do.
saying why did he stand back up on the stage? Because they took out the shooter.
After, because Dana's saying, like, you know, people are like, oh, Trump almost got assassinated. He's back the next day, like, campaigning. It's like, well, I hate to say it. Like, at the end of the day, he just did get grazed in the ear. God bless. He didn't get his head blown off, so.
Wait,
I think
I'm so confused by what you're
Christ,
saying right now.
That's the problem
That's
with
a
America
hot
today.
take.
This right here is the problem with America. Okay?
Devil's Advocate, great podcast. Go ahead.
He was almost assassinated. I'm trying to remember
That's
the
to get
guy's
the people
name.
behind
the
you,
concert
bro.
here that was going on. So we went a couple weeks after the Mandalay Bay shooting, and I tried to get Jason Aldean back out here to do. That guy wouldn't leave his house,
Right.
and they weren't trying to
That's
kill
true,
him.
actually, you're
They
right.
were just shooting into the crowd.
Yeah.
You're right.
Most people.
I agree.
That was assassination on Trump's life, an assassination attempt, and the guy got off like 8 shots.
Yeah.
Before he was killed.
Did you see the sniper kind of like panicking though? Like he hit him though, right? The guy that was the guy that hit him with the bullet. He looked very uncomfortable when he released that.
That
shot.
wasn't the guy who hit him. There was a different guy.
There was
who
a
hit
different guy that hit him.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So who was that guy? He missed.
That guy was just looking. Someone else had shot from a different direction.
So did the Secret Service just fuck up that day?
Well, then the other thing is, if you're Trump, is if Secret Service, a 20-year-old kid with a gun and a ladder climbs up on the thing, everybody can see him, and they're all telling everybody, there's a guy up there with a gun, and he's not already dead before he cracks off 8 shots at the former president of the United States. You're going to go out in public again? Who can you trust?
No, shit,
You're
exactly.
the most paranoid
I
on
get
planet
that.
Earth.
Now that I put that in perspective, I do say
Abu Dhabi is the safest place on the planet. You couldn't last 24 hours there. We're going to get the fuck out of here. These guys are going to do something that are going to get us in.
Part one of the
guy
episode,
tries to
I'll tell you what, I
assassinate
came
you.
in
You're
for
going
peace.
to go back out the
I
next
came
day
in
and
for
go
peace
back
this
out.
episode. This is supposed to be a peaceful
That's
episode.
hilarious.
Do not let me unleash on you, but I may in a minute. I got you a birthday gift, by the way, so stand by. You're going to love it. It'll last a long
talked about
time.
earlier
Every
about
time you
how,
look at that birthday gift and you're not allowed to get rid of it, you think of me. Next question.
You talked
Go.
earlier about like the hatred that people have when they were saying like, oh, people were kind of saying like, I wish he did this, or I wish he like they got him, and like the kind of crazy shit people were saying on the internet. Where do you think that kind of hatred is coming from, and why do you think that's a thing?
It's all this political shit that's going on right now. It's all about hatred. It's all about, you know, whether it's Biden or it's Trump. It goes both ways. It's not just towards Trump. It goes both ways, and it's absolute bullshit, and it's disgusting right now, and it has to stop. At the end of the day, we're all Americans. Yeah. It's like
that's what happened. Our country's not united anymore. That's the problem.
It's true. It's not, and unfortunately, what usually unites us as Americans is when we're attacked. It's always something that drastic to unite us again. And it's
Wouldn't you say? I kind of felt like, in a way, that did a little bit more.
what?
The whole assassination attempt, like you did
I
see
could
the
not
left.
agree with you more.
Yeah.
It did,
But it
for
got,
like
taken,
5
it got
minutes.
taken away, though. It got
That-
taken away by
that-
Kamala Harris. Right when she took over everything, when she re-ran.
Give
It
up.
did for like 5 minutes. Then you get the scumbags in the media out there that start playing their games and doing their shit again, you know, and talking shit. And it just, all that does is incite the fucking internet, and, you know, all that stuff starts. As an American, everybody should be disgusted that some piece of shit tried to assassinate a man who's running for president.
Do you
You
think
know what I mean?
Do you think that sort of hatred stuff ever changes, or is just going to keep shifting? And
Hopefully for this country and for all of us as Americans, hopefully this all stops within the next, you know, few years.
I wanted to
who
say
knows?
I really regret that comment I made before about the whole assassination thing.
Well, it's being left in.
Just
so-
realized, I know it's being
Sorry,
left in, so
buddy.
I'm just letting everybody know. I apologize. I meant it like in a way of like.
You're gonna ask for it to taken out, and if
Nope,
I
I'm
don't,
never
you're
gonna ask
probably
to
gonna
take it out,
threaten
no.
to sue me
100%.
again.
No suing, no nothing.
You see that text
and
message
actually,
I
you know
sent
what,
you the other day?
Mr. White, we wanted to call you in here today. Me and Dana have been talking silently between the two of us lately, and we had to tell you it is time to now. First of all, you were dead wrong.
about what?
A lot of things, but most importantly, you were wrong. You said I wouldn't do 6 episodes. Well, guess what? This is 7 out of 6.
Here we are.
Yeah.
See how the next 6 go.
Well, we don't have a next 6 because we need a negotiator.
Now it's a negotiation.
So we need a.
There we go.
So now we need a
There we go.
negotiator.
Oh, God.
So you know, obviously my team has been a little weak lately. So Mr. White was on your side on round 1. Now Mr. White is on my side on round 2.
I don't
So
know.
I
if
don't wanna
he-
make
I
this
don't
about the
think- I don't think he is.
Well, if he is not on my
So
side,
I guess I was wrong. He's not a train wreck. He doesn't.
thank God he
He
cleared the
doesn't
air for me.
sabotage himself ever.
Thank you.
Yeah, you made it through 6 podcasts.
Yeah, stop.
Congratu-
Don't
Hey,
use
somebody-
that. Use that in your voice. Just keep going.
Congratulations.
Keep going. By the way, you'll never be inside of a tornado.
So,
there,
so let
there's
me ask you a question. You did this. You did the 6 episodes. What were your other options?
Yeah.
What other alternatives did you
I'll
have?
tell you what, we had plenty of alternatives. We're focused.
Finally, listen. I'll
I
give
can't
you
do
this.
I can't do this. right now.
Congratulations, you got Kyle to,
All right, so
to
let-
semi sort of trust you again.
Oh,
Congratulations.
God. Okay, great. So step the in and let's make this little show great again. We'll talk about that later. But you're on my side. That's it. Next question, Brad.
No,
I'm
I sent
sorry.
Dana a screenshot. Bob threatened to sue me the other day. Remember, I sent you that
Yeah,
screenshot of
yeah,
him,
exactly.
and that was all over a
You
golf.
know the
bet.
only no, we're not talking about old stuff. We're not talking about old stuff. You're lucky you have this man in your corner because if you didn't pick up the phone and call me, because Dana does owe me a lot of favors right now currently.
Such as
There's some things I've
like
done
for
a
what?
lot of different projects that I don't want to talk about. Power Slap gaming app. I will remind everybody once again.
What time is it? Is it 5 o'clock? Are you f***ed up already? It's
No.
like 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Well, you'll notice Mr.
What,
White.
what are you? Are you
should have
drunk
seen him
or
at
are you on
noon.
something right
Mr.
now?
White will
Your
always.
eyes are red, bloodshot.
When you're traveling, working so hard, sometimes you lack of sleep and stuff. So, anyways, Power Slap gaming app. I'll say one more time. Numbers are good.
Power Slap's doing just fine.
Oh, I was gonna tell you, last event
We broke
was
that up.
the most fun.
last event was
right?
sick.
Incredible. Great time.
It was the biggest night of gaming in the Fountain Blue company history. Super Bowl. It was
in
nuts.
sports betting,
Yeah, no gambling.
gambling, and as a
What-
whole.
What are you talking
Not
about?
sports
What
betting.
sport? UFC?
The actual table
Oh,
games.
wow.
And we so they wouldn't even let us get out of the building without signing a longer term deal. So we're going to be with Fountain Blue. We're going to do a fight in Miami at Fountain Blue and
For
Vegas.
what sport? UFC?
Power slap.
Power Slap?
Because the amount of people that are coming to the event, I'm assuming, yeah?
Just
Coming to the casino
everything
is
about it,
Christ,
from
yeah.
from the social to the streaming.
Listen, it's okay
Gaming.
to just evacuate. It's okay to evacuate a situation. It's not a bad thing to like let something go.
What are you talking about? I'm
Who
so
the f- knows?
Yeah, I was like, what
No,
are you
he's.
talking
I'm
about?
Let me
saying
translate.
I will
Hey,
always stand
thank
by.
God you guys got him back on the podcast. This is
Oh no, I'm joking. I'm just saying the Power Slap. I always this day. I just think that me and you could take this sport somewhere else. Like it's just this once again. Slap.
make it
fall,
unsuccessful.
Slap. Fall. How do we expand? You got to get like people in boxing cars fighting each other. You know those little like.
It'd be a completely different sport, though.
If it
Listen,
just make
there's
like
nothing
Olympic.
I value more in my life than business advice from Bob Menery.
There we go.
Nothing I value more. It's literally.
It's like a pullback.
I feel so
doll at the
blessed
back,
that I'm
you know?
able to get
Yeah.
business
Yeah.
advice from Bob Menery. It's always unbelievable.
He was there
It's
when
just-
you believed in UFC.
I'm very
Massive-
I'm
All right.
very lucky.
All right, let's
Yeah.
talk about.
Wait, real
no,
quick.
let's talk
All right,
about
chill,
the
chill.
sphere.
No, I was gonna say what's next for slap? What's the next?
So the next we're going to Abu Dhabi. This will be our first event in Abu Dhabi, and then after that was literally I flew to this.
You need any help out there again?
This is a layup for you right here. I flew to LA last night and met with Shake Turkey, and
Shake Turkey.
I'll show you.
And
I'll show you.
Gonna,
The leader of Saudi.
Yeah.
you know,
Okay, wait, we got to talk about
Forgot
that.
about that one. When's gonna bring that out?
we're gonna do a. We're gonna do it.
Come here, Daddy. Come here.
I ain't gonna lie. When you sent me that DM,
Yeah,
it was hilarious.
So Dana always talk about sugar daddy.
Every 1 in 10, Bob comes up with something that's fucking hilarious.
No, there was just when I saw that, I was drooling at the mouth. I was foaming at the mouth when I saw
Wait,
you
what
in that
was
video.
it? Yeah,
What
no.
was
It's a
it?
video. It's a video of you
No,
holding
it's a
hands,
video,
right?
Like Dana's like so thrown off guard, and there's this guy who's obviously a respectable person in the area. I don't know what to say here. All right.
Wait, explain this.
I don't know what to say. You're bugging me out. So like this guy, he takes
trying to
Dana's
not get you
arm.
assassinated.
No, I don't know what to say. Now you got me freaked out. But he takes Dana's arm and just kind of guides him to somewhere, like 3 steps, and then that's that. And so I just see that, and I'm like, we got him. We got Dana sitting in the laboratory. But no, and then I made the sugar daddy reference. I said, Mr. White, sugar daddy.
He texted me and said, I don't ever want to hear about sugar daddies ever again.
That wasn't going. All right, so
It was great.
real quick, I want you to go around the room here real quick. I'd love to. Toughest ticket in town right now has got to be the Sphere.
Yep.
Very expensive tickets, by the way.
Yep.
I went on StubHub today and looked for some
What are they
tickets.
going for? The cheapest?
What are they going for?
They were way too expensive.
Someone said 3,500 for the
How
worst
much are they?
seat. Someone said 3,500, right?
How do you set the price points?
So
for
that
those
means
fights?
he didn't really go on.
No, I didn't. I was just with you.
Look at prices.
No,
He's
but I
full
did
of
get.
shit.
I get people who are saying they're too
3K plus for the cheapest?
Are you kidding? How many seats are there?
17,000,
At 3K a pop? Not a boy.
$30 million gate.
Not a boy.
Doesn't it cost a ton just to operate that thing?
Yeah, we're in at 20 million right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in at 20
This
million.
might be a stupid question, but why does it cost so much to like operate? Like,
So,
what is it about? the
What
Sphere?
we're going to do in there is we're literally putting on a show. It starts at the first fight of the main card, and it's literally this love letter to Mexico and the Mexican people on Mexican Independence Day. You know, I've always had this. When you think about Mexicans, their culture, as far as family, how hard they work, how they support each other. Like Mexicans will work hard all week. They'll get their paycheck on Friday, and they will spend their entire paycheck supporting other Mexican people and what they're doing, whether it's music, combat, whatever it is. And they're the only people in the world, when you think about their flags, that there's actually a conflict between an eagle and a serpent on their actual flag. And when you say to somebody, you fight like a Mexican, it's like the biggest compliment you could give somebody in combat sports. So this thing is like a love letter to the Mexican people.
All right, guys, I'm gonna interrupt the pod really quick. I want to let you guys know about my favorite healthy snack, board jerky. All right, you guys know, you've seen me. I'm trying to be a little more healthy these days. I was getting too many comments, you guys telling me I look pregnant and shit. I was staying up all night crying. So now I'm into healthy snacks, and board jerky is one of my favorites. This jerky, if you guys try it, I don't even have to say it, try it for yourself. The quality of the jerky is absolutely unbelievable. And I'm a big jerky guy, and this jerky is by far the best. I'm traveling a lot all the time, so I always have board jerky on me when I get hungry. There's 4 different flavors. My favorite's the original. The macros are unbelievable. There's lots and lots of protein. So it's just a great healthy snack. Keep the barrel in check. But yeah, trust me, if you guys like jerky, try this out. And when you try it, you'll thank me. It's available on Amazon.com. The reviews are going through the roof. Everybody loves it. So go to Amazon.com right now. Give board jerky out a try. Keep it in your gym bags. Keep it in your backpacks. This is my favorite healthy snack. It's on me all the time. Amazon.com, board jerky. Let's get back on the pod.
I thought I saw something about Canelo's doing an event there. Is that true?
It's the same. night.
Canelo is doing a fight the same night
At the Sphere?
No.
Oh,
That would be
hello.
interesting. No, at T-Mobile. They're going T-Mobile the same time we are.
Why do you say that with a maniacal laughter behind you?
How the are they going to go at the Sphere the same time we are?
They're just with you. Back to the Sphere. Go ahead.
Yeah.
What's your whole goal with doing this at the Sphere? Like, what's the best outcome?
Nobody's ever done it before.
Yeah.
I like to be first, and shit that people say can't be done. People literally, when the Sphere first started with you too, the big thing was could anybody ever hold a sporting event here? It's not possible, and boom, I'm in. I love it.
Take us through the process of what it takes in maybe a 2-minute condensed version of how one gets a fight to the Sphere and how that all goes down.
What?
I don't know. Like, how do you get in the Sphere? How does that happen? How does it all the parts work? Like, how do you get the fight in the Sphere? Why is that a bad question?
How do we get people to fight in the Sphere?
I'm saying, how did that deal get put together? Like, who are all the people involved, and how did the deal get put together?
Brady hit me up and asked me if I wanted to go to U2.
There we go. Here we are. Now we're talking
I go to
viral clip,
U2.
Mr. White.
I go to U2 with him. 45 minutes into the show, I said, this is fucking incredible. And he realized that the star of the show is not U2, it's the Sphere. And I called my head of production, Craig Borsari, and I said, I don't know what you're doing next weekend, but cancel it. We're gonna do an event at the Sphere. I want you to bring the team here. I want you to walk through this place and look at it. And that's how it all began.
That's sick.
Seating
arrangements are going to be very interesting. It's obviously a high-demand fight. There's a lot of people that want to go, from Tom Brady to Halle Berry to Jared Leto to Bob Menery.
Bob's going to ask for front row seats.
To a lot of
This
people.
is going real fast.
There's a lot of A-list actors and A-list people that want to come there.
This is literally going to be a one-of-one event. Literally, all the tickets are going on sale. I'm not even.
Bro, if you don't, I'll tell you what. If I don't go to the Sphere, our relationship's
Wait,
dead.
but Dana, did you think this was going to be as difficult?
Normally, we have like a block. You guys know my block that you've been there many times. Literally isn't even going to exist. We're selling all the tickets, so it's going to be a one-of-one event, one time. I'm in this thing $20 million.
That's what I was going to say.
Just straight business. Everybody else.
Jake Turkey came in.
Yeah.
And he wanted to sponsor this thing for Riyadh season. So he's the main sponsor. Him and Bud Light are the two main sponsors of this thing. And this is a very unique, very, very unique event in the way that we ran this thing and sponsorship, and it's cool.
I mean, it's sort of history for the UFC, like a history event, kind of. Because like, are you going to be doing something like this? Is there anything that could top this?
Well, I think that every year for Mexican Independence Day, that's the one I've chosen. You either got Cinco de Mayo or you got Mexican Independence Day. I'm going with Mexican Independence Day every year. And we'll do something different every year. But the Sphere, this is a one-of-one special event.
Never ever again.
Never again.
What could go
What
wrong?
if it just goes so well?
Yeah.
It already is. I mean, listen, the show is already a success. Tickets go on sale tomorrow. It's already a success. And it's just, you can't do this again. It's a one-of-one. First of all, I have a contract with MGM. So I got into a huge fight with MGM over this. That's the only reason I'm able to do this. These guys have been disrespecting me in the UFC for 20 years, and it led to us doing this event at the Sphere. And the guy who runs, MGM, he's actually a good dude. He doesn't deal with the arena bullshit. The arena guys have been disrespecting us for years.
How so?
How so? Yeah. If you could say.
Talk about
Just every way that you could possibly disrespect us over the last 20 years, these guys have done. So finally, the main guy at MGM stepped in and came over here, and he's like, how do I fix this and whatever? And I said, give me the Sphere. I want the Sphere. I want the Sphere. I want the Sphere. And then finally he said, F it, you can do the Sphere. And then now they're going to try to go head to head with us the same night. It just never ends with these guys. So
do you ever think like,
here we are.
Or do you ever anticipate, or do you always like go into this thinking it's going to be easier than it's going to be, and it always turns out to be more expensive and way more difficult?
No. It's like going through COVID. Nothing was easy about going through COVID, and I knew it was going to be expensive. I was willing to build a lab here to figure out how to test for COVID when we weren't testing for COVID in America. No, I always look at shit that they say can't be done, and I want to be the first one to do it.
Is that
no
like
how expensive it is? I don't care about that.
The ego or what?
Do it.
Dana has no ego.
Exactly.
No ego at all.
That concept though about doing things that haven't been done. Have you been like that your entire life?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, even the UFC.
Yeah, well, that for sure.
Nobody thought the UFC wasn't allowed on pay-per-view. You, as a grown adult, didn't have the option to buy it on pay-per-view. We wanted to get it on free TV. Think about this. Was on pay-per-view. UFC was not allowed on pay-per-view. That's how bad it was for the UFC. We bought it, and we wanted to get it on free TV, and we wanted to make it a global sport. We literally, when we bought it, I went to the Fertitta brothers. They're all their smart guys, that work for them, hated this thing and said, guys, don't do this. You're going to blow a shitload of money. This is never going to work. And to the Fertitta's credit, they dove in and they believed in it just as much as I did. And here we are today.
They get it cheap, right? Didn't they get it cheap?
Well, no, because we paid $2 million for it. Sounds cheap now. Right. But back then, and then had to invest another $44 million into it before it turned around. So there was definitely nothing cheap about it, and there was a lot of hard work and aggravation.
That's why I think it's funny when people hate on Power Slap now.
I love it
because it's the same.
Yeah,
it's
biggest hater.
I'm not hating.
I don't think you. I've been
it.
watching UFC since I was in time, and I remember at Dana at press conferences would be talking about how they're not allowed in New York, and it's easy for people to see it now. Yeah, in Canada. And they were battling state by state by state by country. It was not even allowed in states and countries.
You're
Here we
exactly
go.
right.
Yep.
It is identical to what happened with the UFC. No, he's smart. You're stupid.
Oh, yeah.
And he gets it and you don't.
I love that. Yes, no, Power Slap is great. Everybody bow down to Power Slap.
Do you think that?
Listen, so let me tell you a story.
Power
So
Slap.
I'm walking around.
Here we are.
I'm walking around in London.
I'm just saying you
right?
can't doubt Dana.
I'm walking around London. FaceTimes me every 55 seconds.
Damn
you know what I
straight,
mean?
damn straight.
So he FaceTimes me, and he's telling me about, this Power Slap thing. It's ridiculous. Take the L on this thing. Take the L. I said, oh yeah. So right now, our rights are up for
We'll buy them for a toothbrush and a bubblegum wrapper.
for Power Slap.
Joking.
And we're talking to all the majors right now on a new deal.
So the deal with Rumble you're talking about?
Yeah, and we're talking to everybody right now, including Rumble, for the new rights package, and you just sit back and suck your little.
All I'm saying is,
When does that get
I believe in
announced?
Power Slap, but I just think there needs to be more.
Watch.
Your brains aren't operating the rights with that sport.
When does that get announced?
It's got to get bigger, better. It's
By
not
the end of the year, going into next year, we'll
You're
have
gonna like this.
we'll have a new rights deal.
I want to take it back. I
with
want to take
somebody.
it back. Are you ready? No. So when you guys had to put the $40 million in when the UFC wasn't doing as well as it was, what made you believe in it then? When it was obviously.
Well, there's certain things. First of all, I believe that the UFC would work everywhere, all over the world. Fighting does. People, doesn't matter what color you are, what country you come from, what language you speak, fighting's in our DNA. We all get it and we like it. And the truth is, we all like combat sports, period. And to Bob's, there's people that hate on Power Slap all the time, and there's people that won't like it. But there's 8 billion people in the world. Mm-hmm. And out of the 8 billion, enough people are going to like it to make it successful.
But don't you want to make it great?
It's
and
like,
find a way to expand the
and
sport?
in this room right now, I can tell you here that you guys are the exact opposite. I hate golf. I don't like it. I respect it, and I understand how tough it is, but it's not my thing.
Oh, because you haven't
I
learned
don't
yet. You gotta
like
come
it.
play with us. You got to come play a game.
Yeah.
Me and you'll be partners. We'll play Kyle and Steiny.
I promise you I wouldn't do well. So I don't like golf. It's not my thing. It doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't excite me in any way, shape, or
Have you
form
ever
to
swung a
even
golf
get
club?
out and try to learn it.
I know, but have you ever swung a golf club? Have you ever actually
I've
had
done
me
it.
work with you? Like
Yeah.
I'll do an hour a day with you.
I've done
for
it.
2 weeks. If you want to do an
How
hour.
about soccer, Dana? I always see that clip of you shitting on soccer.
Yeah, soccer too. I'm not a soccer fan.
Soccer is
But guess
awful.
what? Billions of people are. That's my point here, right? I don't have to like golf or soccer for golf or soccer to be popular and do well.
But isn't a sport successful when it has superstars? So you need superstars to sell sports, right? So who's your superstar?
Power Slap's so
Slap?
new, bro.
I get that, but
Wait,
I'm just
here.
And also, people are comparing Power Slap to the UFC, which has been around for so long.
Wait,
yeah,
but
that's true. That's true.
Bob,
That is
Bob,
true.
Bob has a point here. How much of an effect did Paige Van Zandt have on being in this previous card?
Yeah, no, it was big. It was big, and so was Dumpling.
Yeah.
Having Dumpling there was big, and the thing is 18 months old.
But
It's
do you
18 months
do you
old.
notice a major difference when there's bigger names?
No,
I can figure this out
it's-
for you.
What happens is this thing has been on this trajectory since day one
Yeah.
of growth. But to try to explain to people who've never built anything before, they just don't understand how this stuff works. I've done this before.
Mm-hmm.
I know how this works. I know, and I said this before, and I'm going to say it again right now. This will be bigger than the UFC.
No chance. That's
I
how
said
long?
the UFC would be bigger than boxing. No chance.
No, I would believe
No, that's
that.
what everybody
I
used to
believe
say.
UFC would be bigger than
No, you
boxing.
wouldn't. No, you didn't.
Dana, the
I
one-
would.
No, you wouldn't. Not back then. You
Because there's
wouldn't.
more variables. It's got to be
No
Bullshit.
chance you would have.
You
That's
can't
what I was
have-
asking. That's
you
why-
can't have. How can you have something that is when I'm as an average person that turns on the TV and I watch Power Slap? I'll tell you what I do. Okay, I watch match 1, and it's the same. I watch match 2, it's the same. I watch match 3, it's the same. And I watch 4, it's the same. Somebody gets slapped in the face and they're done. That's it.
Tell me what's the same about each match you watch.
Somebody raises their right hand, they then make direct contact with somebody's face, and then somebody either falls or they don't. That's it.
So what happens when you watch a fight?
A fight, you
Let's
can
say
take
it's a
somebody
boxing
down,
match.
you can cut somebody's elbow open. There's
Let's say it's a
somebody in
boxing
chokehold.
match. Boxing, which has been popular for over 100 years.
Because
What's different?
I mean, the athletes are obviously, I think, different.
They're throwing the same combinations.
I'm just saying I could help you.
They're throwing the
You know,
same
I can help you
combinations.
figure this out. You just got to
You
give me.
can't help yourself.
Just
You're gonna
quiet
help
for a
me?
minute, all right? I'm a better coach than I am player. Just hold on. I got an idea. Just you guys continue the podcast. I'm gonna think about how to build Power Slap up.
Is there any part of you, Dana, that thinks that it is completely different? Like,
So here's what the reality is.
No, you better go easy on me, all right?
So if you think about boxing or MMA or whatever, it takes years.
I wasn't gonna ask about that, but you go ahead.
No, but
Yeah.
countering the genius over here. So
Thank
it
you
takes years to, and you have to be really talented to make it to a certain level. People can get involved in this. When you take women and women start watching the UFC and it goes to the ground and all this stuff, you have to understand it. It has to be explained. None of this has to be explained. And in just 18 months, it is a massive global sport.
Do you want my help or
At
not?
the end of the day, what I always say, what I sell is holy shit moments, right? It could take 25 minutes to see a holy shit moment in the UFC, or 15 minutes, depending on whether it's a title fight or not. 1, 2, holy shit in Power Slap. It works on social. It streams well. The younger generation likes it. And, you know, it's like the UFC. The older generation didn't understand it and didn't get it and said it's never going to work, but the younger generation did.
Why don't you mix in, because you have what you have right now is, I'm not being disrespectful at all, because the Power Slap community I respect, but at the end of the day, I'll say it as realistic as possible here. You have a bunch of no-names slapping each other, right? Yeah. So what prohibits you from inserting in people like Bradley Martin, Kyle?
It'll start to happen as the money gets bigger.
Okay.
When you start to get these guys that, you know, were D1 football players or basketball players or whatever it is, and you can come into a Power Slap match and you can make $250,000 in one night, believe me, you're going to see
So
that.
why? So, oh, and by the way, we just sat down with Jake Paul.
Yeah.
We just
I
sat
really
down with Jake
think
Paul.
there should be-
I defended your fighter pay thing.
Yep.
I
Yo,
stood
and-
by your side. By the
and-
way, you knocked me and talked shit to me. I stood in that room. I almost fought Jake for you.
But you're not wrong.
Bob, before
I
you
fought him. I almost fought him
After
for
you
you.
defended
Bob,
this,
before you say that,
it's that you're not wrong. Jake Paul says things for attention. You know what I mean? He likes to get attention. And you know, he said all that shit to the media. Dana told Mike Perry that that's all lies. None of that's true. I didn't tell Mike Perry. I haven't talked to Mike Perry, and I didn't even know Jake Paul was fighting. So he's saying all this shit. I was in Italy. I didn't even know the guy was fighting. When Jake Paul lost to Fury, I haven't really paid attention to Jake Paul.
I have no.
Jake
I
Paul's-
have love for Jake too. I don't.
Wait,
have,
yo,
I don't know
Jake
when a
Paul's
fight's happening.
fights
I really
are all
don't.
the same. He fights older people that are smaller. It's all the same shit. And listen, the kid's doing his thing, but he lies about all this stuff, and the media, all the people that cover the Jake Paul fight, and the things that they both are trying to be relevant. These media guys, the websites that cover it. And Jake Paul himself is trying to stay relevant and trying to get attention.
But he is doing
That's
a good
what they're
job. He
both
is doing a
trying
good
to
job.
do.
He's getting paid. He is getting. Jake's doing a
Yo,
good job.
am I not
Supporting Trump,
am I
too.
not remembering correctly? Didn't Jake ask if you could make a amends between them?
Yeah, but I don't think it's ready for that yet.
Well, it's not that
'Cause he's-
I don't hate
Yeah.
Jake Paul. Jake Paul's doing his thing. He's out there. He went out and lied and said that I said I would sign Mike Perry if he beat him. I've been trying to assassinate him. You haven't heard me say shit about Jake Paul. And the only time I ever talk about Jake Paul is if I'm asked about him. He just brought him up.
I have a great.
I
question.
wouldn't have brought him up, right? And he went out and lied and said that I said all this shit, and it's the furthest thing from the truth. Do you think with all the shit that I got going on and what we're doing, you think I'm thinking about Jake
No.
Paul?
No.
I'm not.
So what would one?
And I don't mean that in a way to shit on the
No,
kid.
he's making a lot of money. He's
It's
doing
just
his
the
thing.
truth.
So, but what would Jake Paul have to do to impress you, where the conversation could actually happen?
Impress me. You just fought
Where he
Mike
can get in the room
Perry,
with
an
Dana.
older guy who's smaller than you.
Great. What could he?
It's the same blueprint.
So what could he do where he could get in the same room with you?
It's the same blueprint.
Well,
in
I don't
every
think the
fight.
UFC makes that much money if someone fights Jake Paul.
I'm asking Dana White.
Yeah,
would
like it's
Jake-
just
So
like
he's not fighting Alex.
You're
you
not
guys
wrong.
are never
You're
at
right.
the UFC's business is not after those super fights like that, like those super
I know
random ass
already- I know
fights.
we already
Like,
have the thing that's built and already done and good. And
So
all.
Dana, you would never consider like a Jake Paul or an influencer coming to fight in the UFC. Like that's just not a thing.
That's not what we do here.
You should bring him to Power Slap.
well, in the UFC could be a bit different, no?
What's that?
Like, what about Ryan Garcia? I know he's been saying he wants to fight in the UFC, not a boxing match where you
Ryan
guys let a
can't fight
fighter.
anywhere right now. He's
Yeah.
under suspension.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know what the situation. What we do in the UFC is the best in the world fight the best. That's what we do. You know, what Jake Paul and those guys do is completely different. And again, the kid's doing his thing. I'm not shitting on him. And listen, if smaller, older guys want to fight him, then they're doing their thing. Who am I to say?
He did say though that the guy Chama, who's Chama?
Alex Pierre. Do
He
you think
was-
that would fight? That
I
fight
know
would
it's
happen?
dumb, but Pereira would
He's
kill
Alec
him.
Pierre.
Pereira would kill Jake Paul.
Pierre.
Who?
Alex.
Pereira.
Oh my God, exactly. It'd be murder.
think
That's
that
what I
fight would
told
happen?
Jake
Well,
yesterday. Murder.
What else I was saying about Dana too is like the
But
boxing.
how's that fight possibly going
I-
to happen?
I
That's just
wonder
not
if
going to happen.
The commission would even let that fight happen.
That's how
And
bad
are
it
you
would be.
talking boxing or UFC?
Boxing. He's
He'd
talking
kick
about boxing.
his head to
Kill him.
another planet. It would be.
We talked about this. Jake calls people out that he knows that aren't gonna fight him, bro.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
and he calls people out for attention.
Yeah.
When you call Alex is a superstar right now. So
Yeah.
Jake calls him out, and Jake gets press.
Smart.
Jake says that I'm trying to assassinate him, and I said I'm gonna. It's all lies. It's not true.
But you think Alex Pereira is bigger than Jake Paul in the world today?
Yeah.
Interesting.
You don't.
I disagree with that, but I do think that he would
you're
kill him.
Nuts.
In the fighting
No,
world.
it's not,
That
it's not a
guy's
knock on you.
traveling
I'm
around.
saying
In terms of name brand or selling pay-per-views?
depends who's running the whole ship. If he's running it, selling pay-per-views, probably on.
Well, wait a minute. He just. That's a great.
It is a great
that
question.
You just. Who do you think sells more pay-per-views?
You.
Alex.
No, Alex.
Oh,
Way more.
Well, you
Alex.
Okay.
So when you're saying you disagree that he's bigger than Jake Paul, he sells
If you ask every human being on the planet right now,
400 times the pay-per-view.
Okay, perfect.
The Jake Paul fight that just happened didn't sell any pay-per-views.
it didn't.
No,
Really?
they don't sell pay-per-views.
I think they said it was
But I'll give them this.
Yeah.
It's
67?
fascinating that
That's
they
it?
keep
Wow.
getting new deals done with these guys that got to be getting.
What about
Yeah,
what about
wait,
what about Nate,
Nate
Diaz?
Diaz,
Like
yeah.
Nate Diaz, perfect.
The Nate Diaz claims he didn't get his paid. He was guaranteed 10 million.
Because they're getting murdered.
Yeah, no,
They're not
but
selling any
saying
pay-per-views.
Yeah, but he got his money. He said somebody owes him $10 million. How's that work? So he said he was given $1 million. How's that work,
So
son?
somebody takes a beating.
he paid him up front probably, and then that guy takes the cut.
He didn't take a cut. He gets
Right.
cut.
Gets
Are you
fucked.
ever
Takes
going
a
to raise?
beating.
What would make you? Because you don't listen to anybody. I know that. But when are you going to raise fighter pay? And not saying you need to. I'm asking when would you ever raise fighter pay?
Fighter pay has gone up every year since 2001.
Mhm.
You know, I don't talk about fighter pay because I know exactly what fighters are being paid.
Because there's good money to make too. You can make $50,000 on a bonus, right?
I'm not sure.
It's also bigger than that too.
Yeah,
It's
you
just
let you let these guys all do their own outside the ring
We're
deals,
allies, all right?
Yeah.
which other leagues that is not okay.
McGregor is now an owner in bare knuckle.
Yeah.
Conor's still under contract here.
Did that change? That changed along the last couple of years. When did
No.
that change?
Anything you want to do outside the UFC, you can do. You can't bring a sponsor from the outside into the UFC when you
Got it.
fight, but you can do whatever you want outside the UFC.
Has it always been that way?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. The moment that guy started partying and you saw him out was right after they did that movie, him and Bob.
Where were you when you found out McGregor and all that stuff couldn't happen? When that fight didn't happen, was there a fight that was supposed to happen in Chandler or whatever?
I was just about to fly to Ireland for the press conference.
And then how did you get who called you?
He did. Told me he was hurt.
And you're like, what's going through your mind then?
I changed my flight from Ireland to Vegas.
Sweet.
It happens. That's the business we're in. Guys get hurt.
Were you pissed?
Fights fall out.
No,
You
he
can't
was
be
stoked.
pissed. You just got to get to work and figure out.
Is he going to be done though now? Everybody's saying, is he actually going to fight again?
I don't know. That I don't know.
What?
You never know. Is
Dana-
John Jones ever going to fight again? I
He's
don't know.
the best. Why the isn't he fighting?
He was hurt. He tore his shoulder out and had to have surgery. But every time,
Love John Jones.
you never know if somebody's going to fight again, and it's not something that if somebody in my position can stress out about. You just got to move on and continue to build your business and find new talent. And
If you could only have one of the two, one will never fight again, the one will fight again, who would it be, McGregor or John Jones?
It's a good question.
You can only have
That's a
one
crazy
guy that you can
question.
pick. Hold on. You can only have one guy you can pick. One can never fight again, the other will fight
I don't know
again.
if Dana will answer
John,
this
he'll
one.
answer
That's
it
a
quiet.
crazy
I don't need the
question.
rat and the everybody coming in.
That's a great question.
McGregor or Jones, if you could only have one guy fight again, double microphones, who would it be?
yeah, I don't think like that. I literally don't think like
Typical
that.
politician, typical Trump
I'm not a politician.
No.
Listen, if you look back at the history of the company,
If you ask me which girl I
all
want to bang,
anybody's
this one or
ever
this one,
asked me,
I want to bang this girl or this girl and be able to make a decision.
all anybody's ever asked me before is, what are you going to do when Chuck Liddell retires? What are you going to do when Anderson Silva retires? What are you going to do when Ronda Rousey leaves? What are you going to do when George St. Pierre leaves? What are you going to? I'm going to keep doing what I do.
That was not the question I asked you, Mr.
I know,
White.
but it's a stupid question. He's saying it's great, but it's not.
Sarah
because-
or Julia? Who do you want to bang? Sarah or Julia? I'll be like, Julia. It's very
right.
simple. It's two options.
Well, Dana,
McGregor,
has there ever been a point?
Or Julia.
Has there ever?
She's gonna love
Has
every
there
15
ever-
seconds of that.
Oh,
She's
no
gonna love
way.
every 15 seconds of that. I tell
Since
you,
you are like
Menery
so
coming in hot.
confident, you just talked about Chuck Liddell retiring.
Shut the fuck up. No, just kidding.
Has there ever been a point where you actually felt discouraged or like, yo, I might not be able to make this happen
With what?
with the UFC, with anything you've had?
No, I don't think like that. No.
You've never been down like this one's gonna be tough to bring back.
No, probably the toughest thing that I ever went through was COVID. So I was going to go through COVID no matter what the fuck it took to do it. Every time we would literally build a fucking game plan and we get something done. My house was 20 minutes from here. By the time I would get home, I would get the call that the whole thing fell apart again. We just got attacked by the media. We just got some politician that did this or that. Every day that would happen.
You were very bullish during that time. Remember that?
Yeah.
During Abu Dhabi fight.
We
Remember
figured
that.
it out and we fought through it. Anytime that if anything was ever going to discourage me or make me whatever, it would have been COVID. I mean,
Yeah.
you literally had government and the scumbags in the fucking media.
Nobody could go to the fights. Remember in Abu Dhabi, nobody could go. There was nobody allowed to go. Be the
Actually,
fights.
there were 5 of us that attended.
Oh.
We were missing. There was an empty seat there.
Yeah. No, I remember that. Nobody was
Scumbags
allowed to
in
go.
The media would literally,
missed
if they
Khabib's
found out
last
that we were
fight.
going
Yeah, Khabib's
somewhere,
last fight. My
they
job
would
was
start
done.
hammering that date.
Sorry.
You know what's going to happen when this comes out? They're going to go, "Why the f- do you have Bob Menery on the podcast again?"
Yeah.
He made it to 6, but
And then now we're 7.
should he make it to 7? That's the question.
We didn't let him
You're
on
supposed to
JD
be on my
Vance this
side.
morning.
No, I sat out Jance. I said
Yeah,
out Vance.
right.
I made the decision. Be bad for the party. But anyways,
You were talking a lot of shit before
How
you
was
came in
your
here.
vacation? You were sending me some photos. How was the boat you were on?
Awesome. It was a great trip. Yeah. Listen, for the rest of my life till the day I die, I will go to the Amalfi Coast every summer. It's
Beautiful.
incredible. It's the greatest place on earth. It really is.
It's unreal. I went there a month ago.
Incredible.
So
much
when
is
you're
that yacht?
when you're looking
the
for a
richest,
spot,
most powerful, famous people in the world go there every summer
Yeah.
for a reason, because it's
So
literally
nice.
the greatest place on earth. When you think about some of the greatest, but you got the Amalfi Coast, Southern California, one of the greatest places on earth too, and then like Bora Bora. But if you go to Bora Bora, it's very slow and whatever. But one of the most beautiful places on earth. Those are the top 3 in the world. I will go to the Amalfi Coast for the rest of my life,
and you
every
do you
summer.
stick to the superhuman protocol when you go there?
every day,
is that
Every
your buddy Brecca?
every day.
Menery
no.
was cold plunging the other day.
Really?
Yeah. 12,
I was
12
surprised.
minutes. 12 minutes.
Did he
Or
do
no,
No,
12
he,
minutes?
he
3
actually
minutes,
went
3
in for
minutes.
3.
Yeah.
He
In
must
like
have
a
been shit-faced or something.
he
huh?
did,
was.
he did pretty
Did he do
good.
12
actually.
minutes?
No, he did like 3.
Bro, I can do that all day. Everybody stop
But it
telling
was
me
like
shit.
33, 34.
Let's
So
talk about.
that's gangster. That's legit.
No,
Bro,
it was-
I can
I
do
was
that all
impressed.
day. Bro, I'll stay. I'll outlast anybody. Anyways,
Will that last anybody?
yeah. Let's.
I'll give you $10,000 if you can do 12 minutes in the cold plunge here.
I can do that.
Can we meet? No,
Not
hold
you.
on. Hold on. Oh, hold on. Hold
Him.
on.
$10,000 if you can go on my cold plunge right now and last 12 minutes.
All right. First and foremost, I might die based on my habits, but at the end of the day, I think probably like, let's cut it down to like.
Bro, you're not going to try
Bro,
that?
12
So let me.
minutes.
So check this out.
You owe
So,
me 10K.
so check this
too.
out.
You
So
owe
at the
me
beginning
10K.
of this podcast, he said, "Why is it making a
we
big
go.
deal that Trump almost got shot in the head by an assassin and he went out the next day? Hey, you want to go into a 12-minute cold plunge for $10,000? Well, I might die with my habits.
but it's a real health. It's a real health.
out of here.
It's a real.
You
I
freak show.
didn't even. You didn't even let me finish my sentence. I said, could we cut the number down to 4?
No.
4 minutes. That's
Anyone
normal.
can
I'm
do
not
that
allowed to.
shit.
I'm not allowed to rebuttal on something here. 4 minutes would be great. If I could do 4 minutes for 15,000, that would be a good thing.
Take the deal, dude.
Talk about gambling. We're talking about gambling.
Oh my God, why are you?
Dude, I'm not doing. 12 minutes in that.
I don't ever
right.
let the word Trump come out of your mouth again.
Here's the deal. I will do 12 minutes. Just let's take a pause for a minute. Gambling.
Right now on the podcast. We'll do it.
I mean, bro, I'll do it all day. Just give me a minute to like mentally get in. 12 minutes is insane, dude.
No, it's
12
not.
minutes is not normal. 12 minutes is like Navy SEAL shit.
It's 50 degrees.
Yeah. How long do you do on an average day?
I do 3 minutes.
Yeah, 3 minutes. I've times 4. That's me.
I've done 9.
Nah, bro. I'll do 3 minutes right now for 10,000. That's it.
What the?
Can't do 12 minutes. It's impossible.
I get a little
Try,
kid to
bro.
come in here and do it for.
No, I mean, dude, I'm not gonna try because then I'll lose at like minute 4.
I don't understand
know
why
for
everybody's
4
making a
minutes?
big deal that Trump almost got shot in the head by an
Stop bringing
assassin,
that
and then he
back
went
now.
back out the next day. Want to do a cold plunge for 12 minutes for 10,000? No, I might die.
Bro, you will die. You will
Shut
actually.
the you.
How long can actually somebody
never-
last in a cold plunge?
You can do
Ever.
that. You can do that.
So I can.
12?
So if
50
I
degrees. He said 50 degrees. It's not that.
That's
it's
easy,
cold. It's
bro.
Not that cold.
wait, 50 degrees is not.
What you did,
Wait,
33 is gangster.
Yeah.
33
Oh,
is
I'm
fucking
in.
gangster.
I'm in 100%. We'll do it after this. 12 minutes. I'm in.
Done.
50 degrees done. Perfect. Love that.
you owe me 10K, so
just
it's
shut
perfect.
the up. You can't mismatch.
Perfect.
things.
You can pay him right
Beautiful,
away.
see?
No, no,
Oh
no,
my
I'm
God,
out.
look at
I'm
this.
out.
Finally got the opportunity
No,
to pay
we're
you
out.
back.
No, we have money.
Amazing.
There's money out there. Nope. This is a direct transfer.
Yeah, he
to-
probably owes half the room.
No,
Fucking
no,
10
no, no.
grand.
Oh, here we
Everybody's
go.
raised their hand.
Here
He
we
owes
go.
me money. He owes me money.
I will tell you this
Exactly.
though. Actually, I'd like to make a speech now about owing money. Sorry,
Yeah.
about my like here.
We'll talk about gambling for
Let's
a
just
second.
talk about this guy
Why-
right here. We've endorsed this over the past 2 years now, and I believe there's a $250,000 check that's supposed to be administered. We're gonna let you off at probably 510.
Yeah.
Do,
Thanks.
All right.
do you talk about gambling, or is that
Sure. Yeah.
why do you
gambling,
think
yeah.
you're so good at it, or are you?
Well, I don't know about. Listen.
Because I've seen crazy shit. I've watched you do crazy shit. Gambling.
Discipline.
Yeah. I was talking about this. I have a very f***ing high tolerance for risk. You know, you have to have a high tolerance for risk, and you have to have a certain mindset, because there's days that you go out and Caesar's Palace. I clip these guys for $1 million a night from like January, the first week of January, all the way into March, and I beat these guys for like $27 million. But then you have the nights where you get murdered.
Yeah.
So you have to take I take a year, and I look at the year as a war, and there's many battles that are fought in the war. You go up, you go down, and it's what I love to do. So tonight, I got this doctor friend who's in town, right? Me and this guy met in a restaurant. Super good dude. Him and his wife are good people. They're from Florida. This guy invented something. He was a heart surgeon and invented something that he patented. So he's got some money. So he calls me up 2 days ago. He's all f***ed up, right? He's like, I lost $3 million, man. I'm freaking out, and I'm here till the end of the week or whatever. I need you. So tonight, he put more money into his account, and he's like, I want you to play for me and win. He says, I've seen you win $1 million a night, 4 nights in a row. You can do this for me or whatever. I said,
You and the doc are going in tonight.
I'll see you tonight.
Wow.
So I'm going to go there tonight. He put some money in, and I'm going to try to win his $3 million back
Wow.
tonight.
So is that something that you're gonna play until you win it back, or what if you go down $2 million?
But
Never know.
That's how it goes.
Can you tell us? I don't know if you want to share this. Can you tell us your biggest losing session
Yeah, $8 million
in one sitting?
How long?
one night.
But so the whole night? How many hours?
You got to
gonna
have
be
to
there?
understand. I think you have to take us through the thing. So what's a bad night look like? You start with 30,000, right? Every time. You
Wait,
take
Bob,
30,000.
hold on.
No.
No,
Talk-
he does.
So
he
if
does.
you see me play 30,000, that's just around at Red
Yeah, but
Rock.
Caesars you play big.
That's just around
I
at Red
know.
Rock.
Okay, wait,
No,
Dana.
So I can play $350 a hand at Caesars, and I can play $400 a hand at Bellagio.
Holy.
When you go in there, then it's big boy play. It's
No,
like
I've been with you. At
three
Caesars,
hands.
bro.
You
It's
lose
nuts.
3 hands, it's $1.2 million.
You go to the
So-
bathroom when Dana's
After-
playing, and you come back. It could be a $2 million swing.
350.
I know. I've seen it.
Wait, Dana, what's going through your head? Like, obviously we all tilt, but what's your logic after you lose $8 million?
Nothing. I go home.
But do you go back the next day and say, I'm getting my money back, or how do you handle that?
It depends. It depends. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but it depends on where we're at. Like the Caesars thing, when you're up 24, 26 million,
Yeah.
you got room to You got room to battle. But if you go right in and get executed for, $3 to $8 million, that's a whole nother strategy.
But don't you keep the same strategy every time? Don't you buy them with this? So you go to Caesars right now. What are you doing?
Yeah, so I'd go in, you play, I play 350 a hand, right?
So you take a 350 marker, is that what it is? Or do you just put up 350?
3 hands. I win 3 hands in a row.
Yeah.
We're leaving.
Okay. So what if it's loss, win? Yeah.
That's right. Well, some nights you battle back and forth, but once I get up around 800 to $1 million, we're leaving.
But it could always be 3 hands. It could only be a 3-hand night, right? If you win.
Well, if you win 3 hands, when you come up, so you go in with a fresh board, right? Fresh board. They shuffle the card. They put. I've been playing baccarat, right? So they put the cards in. Now it's a 50-50 shot.
Right.
You could get a tie, but it's a 50-50 shot. It's either going banker or player. So I always make the first bet player. No, banker. First bet's always banker. The banker hits, you're up $350,000. You got to win 2 more hands, and they're all 50-50 bets. So if you can pull off the 2 hands, like I said, I went on that streak at the beginning of the year, and we were literally walking out of there with $1 million a night.
So
cash.
Red Rock must be not be interesting anymore then. Not to be against
No,
Red
I
Rock.
still play
why,
Red Rock.
Why do they cap your limits and why does
I
Caesars?
go up to Red Rock and goof around. They can't handle those. They don't.
Different
They
animals.
don't want to take that kind. Right. When you're talking about Caesar's Palace,
They take any action.
so what it means is, so Red Rock has 1 player like me. Me. That's it, right? Caesars has 25 players like me.
Right.
So, and bigger than me. Bigger than me.
So that's the biggest you can get though, 350?
It's
Are there guys
different.
allowed to bet $1 million a hand?
No.
Is there any?
That's my goal. That's my goal in life before I die.
To be able to play.
To
Great
bet $1
goal.
million a hand
Great goal.
$1 million a hand.
at 3 hands.
I want $30 million in credit and $1 million a hand.
Holy shit.
Why? Just you want to feel
And
that?
no one will give you those. Someone will do that
Nobody.
on the world, no?
Nobody. And this isn't the first time I've said it publicly. I've said it. Nobody's calling me up going, we'll do it. Nobody. Because guess what? You think about this, right? I was just telling you guys I win 3 hands. I win $3 million, right? 3 hands at $1 million. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's $3 million.
You can refire.
So if I could go in there for a month and clip 3 hands
Bro.
at $3 million a hand, I Caesar's whole quarter up when I did this. On their earnings call, they actually mentioned me without mentioning me on their earnings call that month. I their whole.
They
Did
didn't.
they give you
That's
so
hilarious.
you talk about when you go to a casino.
Wait,
and
they
you're
don't blacklist you for a little bit after that win?
Caesars is gangster. If you are a big player,
Yeah.
and you like to play big money, Caesar's Palace is where you should play. They treat their players really well. At the end of the year, they have levels of play. They have this massive ballroom, and you can go in there and Christmas shop. They got snowmobiles, motorcycles, clothes, jewelry, electronics. You can buy everything. So what I do is with my points at the end of every year, I have my head of PR, Lene, goes in there and buys all this shit, and we give it to the employees.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, every year, trips, you name it, do all that shit, and I give it to all my employees. God, what was I going to tell you guys?
I forgot mine too. I had a great
So
question.
when you walk in downstairs, you see the Joe Louis statue.
Yeah.
So Caesar's Palace called me one time. This was 15 years ago. And they're like, you're such a good player, and you're all good to us, and you never let us do anything for you, this and that. What can we do for you? And I said, I'm going to totally with these guys. I said, I want the Joe Louis statue that's in the I said, I want the Joe Louis statue that's in the sports book. And they're like, crickets on the other end of the phone. They're like, let us get back to you.
Well,
So they call me back, and they're like, the Joe Louis marble statue that's in there?
Yeah.
It's been in there for years. They're like, Dana, that thing's iconic. Joe Louis was here, and we added this, that, and everything else. Here's what we're going to do. The guy who did it died, but his son, we're going to fly him in from Japan. They flew him in from Japan. They shut down the sports book, and they put these curtains up. The son came in and did a cast of it. The original one is marble, and he made me the bronze one, which is better than the marble one, and they actually did that for me, and that's why I put that thing down in the lobby. They also took the picture off the wall at Caesars of Muhammad Ali
Dr.
and Joe
Zap.
Louis, and that
Dr.
hangs
Zap.
on the wall next to it downstairs.
That's epic.
What's the
Gangster.
You know-
Caesar's Palace is the best.
But casinos, they say, like, for high limit players, you can get anything you want. They can accommodate any wish that you want, right? That's like the old
Sends you the
tale,
plane.
right?
Fact.
Do you think you get like a camel if you wanted,
Yeah,
like to walk? You get anything you wanted?
100%.
So like, you what's the most insane request
I
you
don't
ever
know.
asked? You don't ask
tell
so
me
much.
what it is. If I ask Caesars to do it, they do it.
Well, if I
so
come
would
in-
Bellagio. So would, I'm talking about MGM, but my host at MGM
Yeah.
is the best host in Las Vegas.
Well, what's the difference between level of play if like Steve will do it goes in and you? Like you're consistent every night, right? Like the play's crazy.
Different
Yeah.
tiers,
Steve's a big
bro.
player.
Steve
You're
is
on
a-
another.
Steve is a big player. Aiden Ross is a massive player.
Really?
Aiden Ross is a massive player.
You like playing with Aiden?
Yeah, I don't play with Aiden. I watch Aiden and I go back and forth. Aiden's a savage.
What makes him a savage?
Savage gambler.
He bets big. He bets
That dude swings $3 million to $6 million a fucking weekend.
Really?
Yes. Aiden Ross is a big player.
And he plays here, or he plays at Red Rock.
He plays at Red Rock. Yeah. He's crippled them a couple times.
Dana, obviously it's different for you, but when you see guys like that don't have maybe that kind of money, are you ever like, this guy shouldn't be getting in this deep, or like?
Listen, gambling is like alcohol. Gambling is like, you have to have the right mentality for gambling. You have to know your limits. You have to know, you have to not hurt yourself. No different than if you drink. If you're a drinker, you have to control your drinking and not hurt yourself. If you smoke weed or whatever your thing is, you have to make sure that you don't hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Anything else, Tiny?
How have you
You
mastered?
realize
Well, no,
that
but I
there's
mean
a
that's the
story.
thing, bro. You see these guys that play bigger action.
You
than
know
they
Norm
should, probably.
Macdonald?
Yeah, the comedian.
He lost his entire net worth 3 times gambling. Lost his entire net worth 3 times.
Yeah, I don't think you can really win because you have like unlimited ammo and you know how to manage it. I don't think you can really beat over the house. I think it's impossible, right?
Well, nobody
It's
likes
the
to lose,
worst.
but it's part of the game.
I know.
If you don't like to lose, which nobody does, but if that f***s you up that bad, you definitely shouldn't play.
Yeah.
And I've seen you play. You're good. You manage yourself very well. But you're a very regimented guy. You have a lot of discipline in your life and everything. The health thing that you've done, how you manage your business, how you deal with shit. This is all facts.
That's
Mutual
Listen,
respect.
I'm
listen,
joking. I'm so sorry. I mean that.
well, listen, when you're your type of guy,
Here we
you hear this type of shit about other people. You
So
know
anyways,
what I mean? Everything that I just said about him, you are the complete opposite.
Listen, you don't understand. We rolling under the radar, all right? We're just rolling.
You are the least disciplined human being
thank
on
you.
the
time
planet.
tonight. Are we
You
all?
are a
Does the
absolute
doctor?
train wreck.
Does the doctor need? Does the-
You
does
do
the doctor-
nothing
does the-
but hurt
does the-
yourself
does-
constantly. If there's
what
even
time we
a
talk about
glimmer
that? Here we go.
of good things going on in your life, you will f it up and destroy it.
Yeah, it's like a pullback.
yeah.
It's like a little pullback doll. You put the rope on the back, you pull it. It's the same thing every time.
What's on your mouth, bro?
I got a
Yeah,
chapstick.
look at he just stood up. He's got a bottle of fucking Allerhead over here.
Yeah,
He's sucking on a
exactly.
vape. I don't even know what that is. He's got
Bottle of-
chapstick.
Bottle
The
of Allerhead.
entire
Yes.
stick
Yes.
is on his lips
Yeah.
right now and in his beard and mustache.
Yeah, well, by the way, too, I hate again
Train
Halloween
wreck.
whiskey, one of the greatest there is. There is a check owed, and I hate to point fingers here, but it goes this way. But anyways,
Yo,
download the Power Slap Gaming app. Go ahead.
this might be a stupid
Wait, is it
question.
12 minutes? I really got to do?
Yeah.
12 minutes.
It's 10 grand, bro.
All right, well, let me get started.
You
I got you a
need it.
gift, by the way. Can I get? Who has the gifts? Grab the guy. I got you a gift. And by the way,
Wait,
if you,
Dana.
I want to tell you something. Okay,
Yeah, go grab it.
I will.
I get asked this question a lot. I wonder your answer on this, and it's not would you change anything in your life, but if you could tell your younger self, like your 18, 20-year-old self,
Yeah.
what, like with what you know now, what would it have been?
I wouldn't change one thing.
Not even change, but what would you tell your younger self, 18, 20-year-old?
You know when you see these movies where they say, the guy goes back in time. You can't be seen. You can't talk to anybody. You can't change. You could disrupt the future.
This is for you. This is
Serious, right?
So sorry, but this is my birthday gift to you. I want to say how much you mean to me. I'd like you to meet. Doesn't have a name yet, but let's just say it's a baby
You
bird.
seriously bought a bird? And what the am I gonna do with that?
You're gonna protect it. You're gonna protect it. This is I think he's like only a month old. Lives for about 35 years. Shits about 15 times a day.
Yeah,
And-
yeah, I bet he does.
Here's everything.
Where the did you get that?
We don't have to worry about that. Can you put that in Mr. White's office?
This poor thing is. Oh my God!
swear to God.
Send it to me. You can donate it in a day.
Oh my God.
Put that in his office, and you know where to put it behind his.
When does he start talking? A few months?
Well, it has to learn first. It has to hear all conversations. So what it does is it observes all the information.
I feel bad for that bird. It's kind of fucked up.
Why you don't think Dana can take care of a bird?
No, just like you just put a gift on. That's like a serious, like a commitment.
Yeah,
that's a
It's a serious commitment.
That is a great gift to give somebody. I'm not gonna lie to you. A bird is a great gift to give somebody. I think we can all be in agreement.
It's a life that needs to be taken care of.
It's very serious.
Yeah, and no better man.
The greatest thing that ever happened to that bird is you gave it away. I can tell you that right now.
I never had control of the bird. I was the middleman. I was the broker.
That's all we need is a homeless guy and a homeless bird.
Yeah. so that bird, what would you name it?
I have no fucking idea. I don't even know what to say right now.
What do you mean? Are you gonna? By the way, you got to keep the bird too. This is a thing that you got to find a way to keep it.
Yeah.
Because Steiny, by the way, I gave Steiny a bird, and he
I took it to a bird sanctuary.
You did not give it to a bird.
You can find them. They'll take it for free.
Little different than my gift.
What did you get him?
That right there.
Yeah.
The collector.
Oh,
Tyson Punch Out.
Nice.
Yo, Dana, this might be a dumb question, but will there ever be like how they used to fight at Caesars outdoors, like for a UFC event like that? Will that ever happen again?
We did one outdoors fight. It was the Abu Dhabi fight.
Oh
where,
shit!
You know it's not going to rain. You know it's not, but it was. I don't like risking any of the elements from heat, humidity, wind, rain, bugs.
Yeah.
You name it. Anything that will fuck with the fight, I'm not into. So I don't like doing outdoor stuff.
Got it.
Can you go back? I'm sorry, the bird thing interrupted, but can you go back to that question?
Yeah, what was it?
Tell your 18-year-old self.
Yeah, like what would you tell your 18 or 20-year-old self?
No, it's like I was telling you the whole movie thing. When you go back, I wouldn't change anything.
You wouldn't sell anything.
Everything that I've done and everything that has happened, good or bad, has led to this.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy with where I'm at and what's going on. And I wouldn't change one thing, and I wouldn't tell myself anything. I would want to do everything exactly the way I did it.
What's one thing you're afraid to do but you haven't done yet?
Have you been skydiving?
You know, I bungee jumped when that shit first started back in the late 80s, early 90s. And then a whole bunch of us were supposed to go skydiving. And then I was like, me and another person were the only ones that showed up to actually do it. And then the other person bailed too. So I said, I'm not going to do this by myself. But my son just did it in Dubai. My oldest son, Dana, was just out in Dubai, and he did it and said it was fucking awesome. I think I'm too old to do it now.
I don't know what the thrill of skydiving is. What's the thrill
So
of it?
wait. What was the question? What wouldn't he do? Would you let Bob stay at your house for 3 nights?
Oh yeah, we should do it 24 hours. 24 hours with Dana White. I was thinking we should do like 24 hours where we all stay at the house and chill with him and see like Cribs, like MTV Cribs. We should do something like MTV Cribs at Dana's house.
Why do you think Dana would let you stay at his house?
Because he knows who I know.
So what was
No, we want to do. All right. So what we're
does
saying
anybody
is,
speak gibberish
no,
here?
Listen,
what did
I'm
he say?
saying
He
is this:
said,
we want to do 24 hours. We want to do a day in the life of Dana White. So I'm starting this. We're starting this new show that we just thought of. And it's gonna be called it's kind of like MTV Cribs, but we want to go to Dana's house. Is episode 1. So we're gonna like I'm gonna sleep over.
I'm in.
Yeah. All right. Perfect. And
I'm in. You can do it.
All right. Cool. Sweet. So
You got a place to stay tonight, bro.
yeah,
Let's
so-
go.
well, we're thinking like low key. Like tonight might have to be the night. We'll have cameras in motion, ready to go. If you want to do it. But will you allow us to do that within the next 30?
I'm always out to help the homeless, man.
All right,
Whatever,
cool. I
whatever you
appreciate
need.
that. All right, thank you. What kind of setup? So out of your house, right? If I was to stay at your house, which room would I be assigned to? Like, truthfully, because you have guests probably that come over, right?
I have like this house that we call the Playhouse.
Okay.
And it's got a master bedroom in there, so you could stay over there. You could actually have a good time in there and film some shit.
Really, the Playhouse is called?
Yeah.
What goes on in the Playhouse? I'll tell you what, I'll make it more of the Playhouse if I come there.
It's where my kids used to throw all their parties in high school.
Nice, perfect. Keep the legacy alive. I love that. Is it an open policy if I stay at Dana's to like will you be mad if it I go out all night and I come in at 2:30 in the morning and I want to bring a chick back? Are there gonna be lasers at the door and shit?
All right, you're already spoiling. This is not going to happen if you keep talking.
So this 12-minute cold plunge thing, is it gonna be hard or difficult or not? Am I gonna be able to do this? 50 degrees?
For 10 grand, bro.
All right. I really just don't want to get a cold plunge right now.
For Kyle's 10 grand. Come on, you can do this.
That does nothing. That's separate ass shit. There's different. There's money out there. There ain't nothing.
What if you won? Kyle would have to pay that money right
No,
up,
we
right?
don't have a bet. Now we should.
100%.
What do you mean if we won?
Hounding you.
Hounding.
No.
Hey,
I got.
You know what he did?
The
I
theme,
got a
the
$250,000
theme of this
marker.
podcast would be how you didn't pay him the $10,000.
No.
You know what he did?
Yeah.
I keep that shit in silence. We have a
Oh,
happy
shit, well, now we got cakes.
birthday to you.
Oh, yeah.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday,
What is my
dear
fault?
Dana.
Oh, that's awesome.
Happy
from me to you,
birthday
sir.
to you.
It's your favorite guy right
You know what
there.
I mean, so I want you to make a wish.
Candles.
Make the wish around Power Slap. All right. There we go.
Happy belated to Dana.
Great.
Wish Bob's face wasn't on that.
No,
cake.
you can
special
listen.
cake.
You can eat around that. And you can leave that in the freezer for life. You can know and always remember. You know what I mean?
Charge us double.
That's a great cake. That's a good ass cake.
Hey, somebody take a good picture of that and send it to me.
Was that
That's
my
fucking
mugshot
great.
when I got arrested? I got arrested, by the way. I got arrested at Encore.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell me about this.
I got
So you're in Boston,
bro. I didn't do
you're at
shit.
the Encore,
bro. Nikki
you did some dumb shit and you end up getting arrested. What
bro,
happened?
Like honestly, I'll tell you the God's honest truth. I didn't do shit.
Yeah, it sounds.
So
that
Nick,
sounds
no,
like
I was in Fratelli's.
a Bob Menery story
No, I'll
right
tell you in
there.
30 seconds. I was in Fratelli's restaurant. I was chilling there, and some people were saying hello, whatever. Obviously, blah blah blah. And then this guy came up and said something. And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll buy you a shot, whatever." And he was like, "No, I'm good." I'm like, "No, I'll buy you a shot. You're good." I was not drunk. I was not incoherent. I was always whatever.
Drunk and incoherent.
Nah. But I'm always
can imagine what you
no.
were
But I'm
like
low
at the
key. No, I was very mad about this. So they signaled over like real quick this random guy. But I had Nicky Verano, the owner of the restaurant, head of security at Encore, also tell my attorney I can't talk about it.
It's
but-
just hard to believe him when he
Bro,
tells
I didn't
stories.
do, yeah,
'cause
no
it's
shit.
like-
I didn't do shit. I got arrested for disorderly conduct and resisting arrest. I didn't do anything. I support the police. Trust me. Resisting arrest. I was like this.
You probably said some
No,
shit.
yeah, there was definitely. Do you know who the I am in
I
there?
didn't, bro. I didn't. No,
Come on, guys.
I never said that
we all
shit.
know Bob Menery.
Yeah.
This is exactly what he did. He said,
Yeah.
"Thank you, officer. Yeah, let me put my hand." Yeah.
No, I did.
And I didn't do anything.
I would
You-
never,
You actually probably FaceTimed
Bro,
him that night.
I actually, what's funny is about the whole thing is you were my first phone call because I knew you were associated with.
You needed bail.
No, like literally, dude. You were my first phone. I swear to God, I was like, "Can you call Dana?" I swear on my life, I did. And
And how'd you get out?
I was in a cell for 3 hours.
In what state?
Massachusetts.
In
I didn't-
Boston.
Bro, I didn't do anything. I swear on my life.
Were you in a cell by
when
yourself, or were
when
you
I
in a
got
holding
taken-
tank with a
when
bunch of guys?
When I got taken, cell by myself.
Were you
when
with
I-
other guys or
bro,
no?
when I got taken out and I got put in the hall, it went from the incident at the restaurant, brought out to the casino. These guys, 6 guys, like put me out. I'm like, first of all, I'm talking shit to this, not talking shit, but like having a conversation with this guy.
Here we go.
No, I didn't, bro. Wait till you see this. I didn't do shit, and that's that.
Sounds like a lawsuit, bro. You got to sue them.
No, I'm not I'm done with the suing game. Okay.
Yeah.
Drop this, please. You know, I love these guys. I'm like, yeah, no, I got you, Dana. But yeah, you guys would have been buried if you. There. But yeah, no, so it was awful. Like, so I got really.
No, the real call was, "Hey, dummy, you're about to make the biggest mistake of your
Well,
life.
hold on.
Get your ass on the plane and get over there and do that podcast."
Yeah. Well, here's the deal.
Well, now he's back and it's all for free. so-
No. We're out now.
Worked
This is
out.
our last episode of the Full Set Podcast because we had to end it with Dana. We had to.
Yeah, we don't need to get back into this shit.
No, we don't have to. I know what I'm saying.
But again, Bob's innocent and didn't do anything.
I didn't, bro. You
got
see the tapes. I
arrested.
cannot wait to
you know.
see. That's right. I'm gonna send them over to you right now. Whenever I get the tapes from it's supposed to be coming in the next day, 2 days. I didn't do anything.
Tapes from what, the casino?
Dude, they had the owner of Fratelli's called me and said we talked to all the staff, we talked to everybody. You didn't do anything. Nicky Verano, you know Nicky?
Yeah.
Okay. Nicky called me and said, Rob, you didn't do anything. I got your back on anything. Casino people took me outside. First of all, in the police report, they said, Bob, we noticed there was like disruption. There was like cameras or whatever around, like, you know, because obviously I'm really famous. So they were like, yo, do you want to go upstairs to handle this to your room? And I said, absolutely. I'd love to, please. In the police report, they said I denied it. Bro, they just dropped me on my back. It was nuts. I love the police. I love the cops. Support them. But those two, it was crazy. What did you see, these tapes?
I can't wait to see it.
I didn't do anything. I was a target of a hit.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I'll tell you. Oh, I will. Yeah. Yep. Not too good.
Yeah, we're good.
Not too good.
I think this is great.
Dana, thank you, bro.
Yeah,
Appreciate
Dana.
you coming
Always
on.
Thank
love
you.
doing this with you, man.
Thank you for the gifts.
Yeah.
The bird. I don't know. Yeah. And
By the way, you should bring him to blackjack for good luck tonight with the doctor.
thank you. I need it. I need it.
Bro, I
Poor guy.
Is,
Cold
is
plunge.
Menery
Fuck that
doing
cold
this?
That's
plunge.
how we're
Cold
ending this
plunge.
podcast.
Oh my God, bro.
Bob, you need the bread.
Cold plunge is part of this podcast.
Yeah.
No videos.
There we go,
Don't
the
be
creative
posting this
director.
shit on fucking, you know him. He likes to fuck everything up and post it before. This is for the podcast.
The creative director over here.
Let's do it.
All right.
So
Let's
the
do it.
question is to everybody out
Hold
there,
on, bro.
will Bob, who was talking about Trump almost being shot in the head, and why is it a big deal that he went out the next day, will Bob, this the man's man who would have heard the bullets whizzing by his head and gone right out back into the crowd the next day and given another speech.
You are right about that.
Do 12 minutes
All right.
in the cold plunge
For
for
$10,000.
$10,000. That he owes Kyle and half the people in this room
By the way,
right now.
I got a lot out there too. How bad is it scale 1 to 10?
You got this.
And then we went. What was the other one we did? How cold?
Yeah, you're
We
fine.
did 30 and I did 3
30's
minutes.
gangster.
That
3
one's
minutes
way
and 30.
cold.
30's gangster.
So I could do that.
You
Yeah,
can do it,
let's
bro.
go.
What do you keep yours at?
Huh?
What do you keep yours at?
50.
Oh, bro, you got this.
So
Bro,
the most
got
you've done in that 50-degree pool is how long? What's the most you've ever done?
I've done 9 minutes.
All right, so I'm beating you.
Yeah,
by
you
doing
beat me
this?
by 3 minutes.
Bro, that's
it. Bro,
insane.
but at that point,
like
You're
keep
Bob, you're-
going. I'm telling you, at that point, you could just keep going.
You're also
Just breathe. It's the first 4 minutes are the hardest, and then it's gone.
and you're free rolling.
And $10,000.
And you basically,
free
you
roll.
basically
If I
called
miss, if I
Trump.
miss, it's
You
not
basically
good.
called Trump which
No,
is
I
fucked
didn't call
up.
Trump.
And you're broke.
Yeah, but no, we got some. We have some stuff floating. We have some stuff floating. All right, we'll do it. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's
Worse than
go.
broke.
All right, I'm
You're
in.
actually in debt to half the room here.
No, I
and
got-
God knows who else out here that's watching this podcast. Probably half the people watching this podcast.
Shut the tapes off
he
now.
owes money
Shut
to.
the tapes off
So-
now, please. Thank you. Terminate tapes. Thank you.
My certificate?
Yeah. Everything you need. Joy and happy birthday.
Come on this way, Bob. Well, I'm not.
Yes, you are. Dude.
Come on.
I don't want anybody in the room. While I mentally prepare and do this, I don't want anybody around me.
What are you talking about?
I think we kind of f***ed it with 12. 12's kind of funny because I don't think he can do it. Like, I wouldn't want to do 12 right now.
It's 10 grand.
I think for 10 grand? Yeah. I don't think I've ever done like that long though.
12 minutes. Who's got a stopwatch?
I got it.
Okay.
This will tell the time right here.
Oh, really?
So you can see it the whole time.
This is hard. This is really, really hard.
I start it.
Here we go. Game on.
Perfect.
10 more minutes.
Bro, really? I didn't know there was also the variable involved of chatter in the background. You guys seen any good movies lately?
Yeah, there's one called Titanic.
Yeah, well, they're
in the cold water. Not many survivors.
yeah, super cold. This is the remake, part 3. Anyway, so UFC's doing well?
We're doing okay.
Good to hear, good to hear, good to hear. That Sphere, the tough ticket. How the kids, good? Good to hear.
Thanks.
Conversation helps during this time. I think we got,
4 minutes and 30 seconds.
Jesus Christ.
When he was lying about what he did, he could have thrown out any number. He could have said, I did 7 minutes. And he says, I did 12 minutes and 30 degrees. It's really.
It's a big waste of time right now. Flying them in the game.
Yes.
You got for it. You got for it.
No, dude. There we go.
That'll warm me up a little bit.
Sorry, dude. But man, that is some tasty whiskey. Some of the best I've ever had, actually. Some of the greatest I've had in a long time.
You got this, Bob. First 2 minutes are the hardest, man. You got 2 minutes left.
10 minutes almost. That's impressive.
You got a minute and a half to go, Bob. I'm impressed. I'm impressed,
I
man.
love
This
that.
might be the most impressive thing you've ever done, bro. I'm not gonna
I'm locked in right now, but it's cold a little bit. Definitely it's cold.
45 seconds.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. I'm gonna take a couple laps before we end this.
Bob's a champ.
We're just
12
going.
minutes
We're just
in
in
a
it.
cold tub.
Yeah.
That's not a joke.
We are in it.
No 1-0.
Dunzo.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. 12 minutes.
Cool. I'll get that sauna.
You probably feel great, eh?
Feel great. There's no issues there. Dana, me and you'll screw up later. I don't want your money.
Impressive.
No, it's impressive.